14 teams from the Atlantic Coast Conference have battled each week on the gridiron in a constant grind filled with passion, pride, and bragging rights. And today we showcase the last Saturday in October as Wake Forest welcomes in Boston College on ACC College Football Saturday. Hey, bring out those Demon Deacons. All right, get your motors running, looking like a bunch of ninjas. Little afternoon delight for you here at BB&T Field in beautiful Winston-Salem, North Carolina. The hometown Demon Deacons coming in with a 2-5 record, coming off of their first home loss of the season, trying to turn things around, but it won't be easy as the Boston College Eagles are here in town. And greetings, everybody, along with Coy Wire. I'm James Bates. So glad to have you with us. That's right. College football has flown by so far this year, Coy. We're in the last weekend of October. As we head down the home stretch, whether you're 2-5, hunting down a bowl game maybe, or even the number 2 team in the nation like Florida State, this is a big month for everybody involved.
The games they remember are played in November. So whether you're one of those elite teams looking to get into the first ever college football playoff spot, or a middle-of-the-road team with 3 or 4 wins seeking your 6th and a playoff eligibility, how about the teams who have struggled also? They're looking to finish the season strong, head into the offseason with momentum. The games they remember are played in November.
Yes, very catchy. I got another catchy one for you. The guy that can hurt me is named Tyler Murphy. How's that for Wake Forest fans?
Like
because Tyler Murphy in this ground game of BC is legit.
Tyler Murphy is the best running quarterback in the nation, and as a team, Boston College is the 8th best rushing team, 287 yards per game. The teams know they're going to run against them. They come up with a plan to stop it. Well, everyone has a plan until they get hit in the mouth, and that's what these guys do. The big guys up front, they're nasty, they're naughty. They play with a palpable perniciousness, but guess what? They're playing against a nasty and naughty team on the other side of the ball. Do not sleep on Wake Forest defense. These guys get to the ball with bad intentions. Tyler Harris, Josh Banks up front, Brandon Chubb running things in the middle, but the corners, Bud Noel and this guy, Kevin Johnson, look out. These guys are elite corners in college football. Kevin Johnson, he's going to be a 1st or 2nd round draft pick. Scouts have him up as high as the 5th best corner in the nation. It all starts with him back there in the secondary, Bates.
Number 9 is a senior, so of course he's a leader on that defensive unit. On the offensive side of the ball, though, it's a true freshman that's the quarterback and the leader, and a guy that got knocked out early last week, Olivia Harlan. But good news for the Deacs on offense, they've got their signal caller back.
That's right, James. The true freshman quarterback is back on the field today after being evaluated for a possible concussion last week, showing no symptoms. He's cleared to play today. Good sign for the Demon Deacons early on. Now, Coach Clausen told me even as a freshman, he's emerged as a big-time leader on this offense. Now, last week he led the longest drive of the season against Syracuse. That's 91 yards. Soon after, he took a big hit to the back of the head. His 26th sack of the season, guys. That's an ACC high. He begged Coach to return in the second half, but coaches and trainers aren't taking any chances with what they say is the future of their team. Guys, they want to protect him against that high-pressure defense today. Boston College already has 18 sacks on the season, and their coaches told me they're going to hurry up the clock in that young quarterback's head today.
All right, Olivia, a head that is the cobwebs cleared a little bit. He was begging and pleading to get back into the game last weekend. Here he is. How about our 4 keys to success, please, Coy?
Yes, for Boston College, they have to own the outside. They're going to be one-on-one with defensive backs Kevin Johnson and Bud Noel. They have to win. For Wake Forest, protect and prosper. Your defense and your special teams can keep you in and win you football games. No takeaways, no turnovers. That's what it's about today.
Wake won the toss, wants to send that defense out first. And it's Adam Centers to get it started, deep to receive a dangerous return man in Miles Willis from his 1. Special teams and defense has been the bright spot for the Deacs this year, and they show that on the opening kick. Jabori Williams with the tackle. So inside their own 20 will be the start
for the graduate transfer from the University of Florida, Tyler Murphy, a guy, Coy, that Steve Adazio told us this week. He said, I'm enjoying the heck out of him. I wish I had him for one more year.
Yeah, what a treat this guy has been for this offense. Completely changed the identity of this offense at Boston College.
Pistol look. It's Hilleman now flanking Murphy. And first play from scrimmage, Murphy keeps. And just like that, one play, one first down, move those chains.
Zach Allen on that play got caught looking at the running back. On every one of these you see on the left side of your screen, look at him keep the ball, and he did not keep his shoulders square to the line of scrimmage. So when he did see it, he was too late to react. With a speedy guy like Tyler Murphy, that's going to hurt you all day. More discipline on the outside is needed.
Hilleman out. It's Willis now on the left side of Murphy. Same look, other side. This time the ball goes to Willis. We'd like to welcome in those watching the North Texas at Rice game. We're in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Beautiful fall afternoon. And Wake Forest just kicked it away to Boston College, the visiting Boston College Eagles, trying to get bowl eligible with a couple more wins here in the home stretch. 4 wins on the season. It could easily, Coy, be a 6-1 record for Steve Adazio's team. They had Clemson on the ropes last weekend. Back to the ground, go the Eagles. John Hilleman is stuffed as he gets through the line of scrimmage by Noel. Let's look at the impact players for the offense.
Ian Silverman is playing himself into a draft pick. He's playing good, solid ball on the offensive line. And Josh Bordner, let's call him Slash. You're going to see him at tight end, wide receiver. He threw a reverse pass last week. This guy can do a lot on the offense for Boston College.
And those Toyota key players for these Eagles have changed week to week, getting it done in all different kinds of ways. An empty set now. You got to be careful of emptying out that backfield and leaving things wide open for the quarterback, Murphy. The blitz is there. Murphy able to buy some time, hits his receiver down the field. That's Dudek, and Dudek lunging forward for just enough for another first down. So a nice drive to start things off here for BC.
You saw Wake Forest bring in the pressure. Missed tackle in the backfield. This is what Tyler Murphy does, and it's a long time when you're extending the pressure. Your defensive backs and linebackers are in man-to-man coverage. It's a long time for them to cover their wide receiver. This is what Tyler Murphy does so well for this offense.
Murphy puts Miles Willis back behind him this time. And play fake to him, rolls. Here's Bordner, Josh Bordner across midfield and a whole lot more. Down across the 30. Flags down all over, though, back on the BC side of the field at the 40-yard line. It was Janvion and Noel finally dropping the former quarterback. We've got to check these flags. That's what can be so dangerous, Coy. That run can just get you time and time again, and then that big play action pass, 29 yards if it stands. And BC sure seems to think this is going to go against Wake Forest.
There are multiple fouls on the play. Offside defense. And that was a receiver downfield on the offense. Play was covered by a wide receiver. Definitely making it eligible. First down.
Coach Adazio not happy about that call. Obviously, he's making it clear that that was not what he saw on that play.
It's been a call that's been an issue with Steve Adazio going both ways throughout the season. Back in the USC game, there was a touchdown early in the game for the Trojans. They had an offensive lineman about 10 yards down the field that wasn't called. Here he gets a huge play called back, offsetting after the 29-yard gain negated, so it's 1st and 10 now. Hilleman back in the game. The freshman will take it up to the 45-yard line. How about some Toyota impact players for the Wake Forest defense, Coy?
Yeah, it all starts with Josh Banks up front, playing solid football. He's earned ACC Player of the Week honors earlier in this season. And when you think about Brandon Chubb, think about one of the best linebackers you will see in the ACC. This guy will be all over the field today, and a key to stopping that run game, especially dual threat Tyler Murphy, as he gets rolling today.
Giatone, the tight end. near side. It's Willis still the back, showing blitz are the Deeks. Out that backside, but there for him, 3 or 4 black unis. Brandon Chubb, Zach Ziggy Allen will bottle him up for a short gain, so it's 3rd down and medium now for the BC offense.
Ziggy Allen's one of these guys out of Pahokee, Florida, who's just nonstop, one of the leaders in the ACC in tackles for loss. Outstanding get-off on the line of scrimmage. A force to be reckoned with there on the defensive front for the Deacons.
4 wide receivers. It's Bordner, the wingman, in the backfield. Eagles need 6 here on 3rd down. Pressure is picked up. Plenty of time and plenty of space outside for Dudek. He'll have a 1st down and a few more inside the Demon Deacons 45-yard line. Ladder finally dropped him.
Deacons brought a zone pressure here. They ended up dropping Ziggy Allen back into the flat, and there was some confusion there. The seam flat player on the outside, who was Jalen Ladder, needs to push out to number 1 when he sees that receiver sit it down, as Kevin Johnson was dropping back into a deep 3rd. Good catch there by Tyler Murphy, seeing the breakdown in coverage.
8th play of the drive now after 2 for 2 here on this opening drive on 3rd down. Play action pass again. Good coverage down the field. The checkoff will get you some yardage. It's Miles Willis, and Willis will take it down to the 25-yard line before he's forced out. So Steve Adazio for BC in his 2nd year, but Dave Clausen just his 1st year here in Winston-Salem, the head coach, his 15th season as the head man in college football. 92 and 85 is overall record.
Yeah, former defensive back out of Williams College, now a leader of young men here for the Demon Deacons. This guy is bringing good energy and enthusiasm to this program.
They fake the jet to Alston, come right back where he left, and Bordner's waiting on the pass. So again, a completion, again, a nice pickup. Kevin Johnson, that cornerback you hit on in the open on the tackle, but a nice pickup on 1st down, and it's 2nd down and short.
A lot of bootlegs from this Boston College offense. It's their MO. They get you running. Next thing you know, they're tossing it back the opposite way. Already 3 bootleg passes against this Wake defense, who is very aggressive and will pursue the ball on the ground. They're taking advantage of it early.
Crimmins sets up shop in the backfield to block for Hilleman. Hilleman powers forward, looks to be near that 1st down stick. And they will give it to him, so they'll move it down. Fresh set of downs inside the red zone. And here's a look at the Eagles. They're 23 times so far that they've been in the red zone, have resulted in a pretty good number, 15 touchdowns.
It's a good matchup because Wake Forest on defense is good in the red zone. Because of those lockdown corners, they're able to load the box. There's less field to cover down there. You see in Boston College shifting the strength.
Drop for a loss immediately. Great buck backer right there in the middle. Markel Lee got John Hilleman, and he'll drop him for a 2-yard loss.
You're going to see a free hitter up the middle, shoots the gap. They tried to get Wake Forest out of position by shifting the strength, changing the strength just before the snap. Wake Forest linebacker did a great job resetting his front, getting all of his pieces in the right place. Excellent play, tackle for a loss. That's what this Demon Deacons defense needs to do. Get Boston College behind the sticks.
Again, they freeze some people with Alston running through the backfield. They fake it to him. Tyler Murphy's going to wiggle and popped out of bounds by Chubb after a short gain, so a big 3rd down coming up. You know, Steve Adazio, he'll tell us he absolutely can't stand throwing it on 1st down unless it's complete and a nice pickup. But you know, you get a run play that goes backwards 2 yards and you get off schedule. It's basically the same thing as an incomplete pass.
Yeah, talking to defensive coordinator Mike Elko, that's what he wants to do against this Boston College offense. Win on 1st down, because they're not used to having to play a good old-fashioned drop-back pass game when they get behind the sticks. A 3rd and long situation, which we're seeing right now, is exactly where Wake Forest wants Boston College.
See if they can get another one here. Pocket collapsing around Murphy. Was he outside the tackle box there? No flags down. Pressure came, nothing there. Good coverage in the secondary. Pressure coming from Chubb, Banks, Allen, all kinds of black jerseys in there in a hurry.
You're going to see the kind of pressure that Tyler Murphy's under. Wake Forest, they're relentless up there in the trenches. You see Josh Banks, that we talked about him in the open. You're going to see flashes of him all game. Smart decision by Tyler Murphy to go ahead and throw the ball out of bounds, take the 3 points, get your kicker on the field.
And another change for the field goal kicker, and Alex Howell, who also handles the punting duties, sneaks it inside the upright, and his 31-yard attempt is good. The Eagles are on the board. An opening drive didn't look like much could go wrong. Finally, they go backwards a little bit and have to settle for 3. We're heating it up here in Winston-Salem early in the first quarter. We'll be right back after this. So a quick 3 for the Boston College Eagles as they swing into town and get a field goal off the Alex Howell right foot. And a scoring drive that took 14 plays, ate up 7 minutes, 37 seconds of clock. And Howell will kick it away to John Armstrong. Oh, from the corner and dropped right after he crosses the 10-yard line. In a hurry, so good coverage for both of these units. Justin Simmons, who will turn around and play some defense right now. Some BC fans taking advantage of a glorious day here in North Carolina. ACC football is brought to you by Toyota and by Synovus. What a beautiful campus here in Winston-Salem. That's the Waite Chapel, named after the first university president, Samuel Waite, completed in 1956. 1956, by the way, Coy, when Wake Forest University left Wake Forest, North Carolina, which is just north of Raleigh. 122 years they were there in Wake Forest, North Carolina before moving over here. How about this defense? Spent all that time talking about the guys in black playing defense, and oh, by the way, the boys from Beantown can bring it on D as well, Coy.
Yeah, Tymir Brown, you're not going to see him finish on the tackle, but he comes off the left side of your screen. Look at him force it back into his help, has the troops running, coming like scalded dogs to make this tackle for a loss. This defense, they're downhill. Really like watching the play of these guys under Don Brown, the former UMass coach. Boy, he really, especially on third down, this defense comes to life.
It's a high-risk, high-reward defense. No gain here on second down. A late flag does come flying in. And we'll have to check that, but John Wolford has been good this year when the offensive line has given him some time.
Personal foul, face mask, defense number 5, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
So it's Tymir Brown that will help out the true freshman quarterback and his offense, and it's a free first down after it was all kinds of ugly the first 2 snaps from scrimmage. Boy, Adazio is letting them have it over on that sidelines here today as the sun starts to make its way down. Big shadow right down the middle of the field. BC in their all-white unis. Keep it on the sunny side, and they're up early 3-0 and trying to do some damage here on defense now. 4-man rush and plenty of time for Wolford. How about Wolford? Complete and still on his feet. E.J. Scott brought down, but not before he makes a first down to move the chains on the field this time.
Look at the time he has in the pocket and his ability to step up and fire the rocket to his open receiver, E.J. Scott, who did a great job finding the window, sitting it down in between 2 defenders. When this guy has time to throw, he's something special.
Stephen Daniels walked up, showing blitz. He'll back out of it. It looks like Wolford changing the play. Desmond Wortham is the lone back on the right side of the true freshman quarterback. Stays in to block and in and out of the hands of Scott. He goes right back to Scott on back-to-back plays, but he can't hang on. Had he, it might have been another chain mover. How about the impact players brought to you by Toyota for Wake Forest on offense?
Yeah, you talk about Antonio Ford. This is a 6'4", 295-pound guy who his defensive coordinator for Wake Forest, he said, I wouldn't want to meet him in a dark alley. And Wortham, of course, last week got his first start. This guy, he has some flashes in him now. He's healed up. He's looking like a different runner out there.
Wortham gives them a chance, that's for sure. Serenay, the tight end, lined up at fullback, but it doesn't matter. Avoiding him and bringing the war of Stephen Daniels from his middle linebacker spot. Also in there was the cornerback, Manny Esprilla. Impact players brought to you by Toyota for Boston College on the defensive side. Coy.
Yeah, Kevin Kavalek, he's one of their top players on the entire team. You'll see him all over the field today. Justin Simmons, a defensive back, really flashed last week. Dropped 2 interceptions in that game, but he's getting around that football. The game seems to be slowing down for him. Look for some big plays from him today.
Don Brown loves these opportunities. Heating it up on 3rd and long, and they do just that. But a screen waiting on him. A great play, though, defensively. Tymir Brown, who was guilty of the face mask, a little sweet redemption as he gets his defense right off the football field. Jared Crump had nowhere to go on a wide receiver screen. And it'll be time to punt it away. Alex Cano for Wake Forest.
Boston College did something no other team was able to do yet this year, and that's score before Wake Forest. The Deacons had scored first in every contest thus far. We're sitting at 3-0 now. Look out when this guy gets the ball in his hands.
Yeah, Sherman Alston. Oh, and look who, Coy. Kevin Johnson got down there, the starting cornerback, a guy on his way, without a doubt, to the NFL. Down there covering. Sherman Alston couldn't get the corner turn because he had the speedster hunting him down. Back here at BB&T Field in Winston-Salem, where it's Parents Weekend. Moms and dads enjoying a little football here today. Wake Forest to Kevin Johnson. They've enjoyed watching him play defense. Enjoyed watching him cover there on special teams, Court.
Yeah, selfless guy. A lot of guys in his position say, Coach, I don't feel a need to be out there on special teams. I'm going to be a 1st or 2nd round draft pick, but he's out there playing special teams for his Deacon boys.
It says a lot about these scouts coming through when they see a guy like that who, hey, that's not my contract. I got to stay healthy. I got to stay fresh to go make plays. But to go down there and cover kicks, and like you said, everybody holding their breath when Sherman Alston has the ball, but he was not able to get to the edge, so not quite the field position to start that this team wanted, but it was a 67-yard drive for their first 3 on the opening drive. Here's Miles Willis, puts his foot in the ground, north and south, and bam, he'll have a first down, just tripped up by Kevin Johnson. Right there, number 9 gets him, or it could have gotten ugly. A lot of space ahead.
They're really starting to attack the edges. Here's Kevin Johnson out on the perimeter. Look at him beat this block, slip, get skinny, slide underneath that big behemoth coming down at him. Most guys would cower away and say, hey, someone else make the tackle. Not Kevin Johnson, one of the toughest on the field today.
This time they'll give it to Alston on the jet sweep. He's turned back inside. Janvion finally brings him down. It was Wendell Dunn that turned the tide back the other way. And Sherman Alston, so dangerous, the true freshman from Harlem, New York, as gritty as can be, even with the spin, nothing there but black jersey. So a big stop on first down, and that'll bring up a 2nd down and 13 now for Tyler Murphy and the BC Eagles. Josh Bordner, the former quarterback, the wingman. They're communicating with Murphy here. They'll switch up down at the bottom now. And setting it up to lead the way. Cutting back inside is Block, and getting about 6 yards is Murphy. Let's get it down to Olivia Harlan, who has more on the little big man, Sherman Alston.
Well, guys, you saw him make a play right there. And defensive coordinator for the Demon Deacons, Mike Elko, told me every week he has this guy play a little game of Where's Waldo? And this week, it's wideout Sherman Alston. The freshman is that versatile player for the Eagles who executed reverse plays, helping the run and passing game. So they're playing Where's Waldo right now.
We got plenty of Halloween costumes around this time of year, Olivia. We can get him a red and white striped hat like Waldo. Find him in the crowd. They go outside to Outlaw. Outlaw looked like someone got his face mask. It did. Flag comes down. Anthony Wooding Jr. in there on the tackle. Hustling from his defensive end spot was Ziggy Allen. Let's check this flag, but it certainly looked like it'll be a face mask and a first down.
Personal foul, face mask, defense, number 11, 15-yard penalty. automatic first down.
It was an outstanding play by Anthony Wooding to get the ball carrier on the ground, but you can't grab that face mask. I mean, that's a quick wide receiver out there, and he panicked a bit, but a good job of beating his block in the first point. A lot of penalties in this game, especially for Boston College here early, who's the least penalized team in the ACC. A bit of sloppy play here early in the game.
Second penalty of the game now for Wake Forest. Wow, what a throw out there for Bordner, leading the way. Bordner turns his shoulders, and a nice pickup on first down. Bud Noel, the cornerback, there to drop.
Yeah, Bordner is a guy, again, who you will see line up at the tight end position, out as a wide receiver in a slot. You'll see him in the backfield, as you did there, sneaking out. You never know what you're going to get from him. He has a great understanding of the game as a former quarterback, knows how to read coverages, knows how to get open.
You hit the nail on the head when you never know what you're going to get out of him or Crimmins, because they're big bodies that they can take advantage of in the run game, but they can also move out and run routes. They've got Crimmins as a fullback now, the fake to Hilleman, and Tyler Murphy will have the first down and run out of bounds. So move those chains. It's a fresh set of downs for BC. Thomas Brown there to force him out. Offensively, this has been a well-oiled machine to start this first quarter here, Coy.
Yeah, they haven't, but in the first drive, I mean, Demon Deacons consider a field goal as a win. This is an offense who has moved the ball all season, as well as anyone in the nation on the ground. For them to have held up there was a win in that first drive, and they're making them earn it on this one, too.
This is the 8th play of the second drive. A big hole on the edge. Hilleman gets a block down the field from Bordner. Hots on into the end zone. Touchdown for the freshman. 33-yard gallop.
They keep running to their nub tight end, and you see the two linemen pulling there, leading the way. Seth Betancourt, one of them. And then how about the effort at the end? Mr. Hilleman, the freshman, doing his best impersonation of Edmund Moses there, hurdling the defender to get on the board. Heck of a drive for Boston College, who's sticking to their MO, doing what they do oh so well.
Great blocks up front by guys like Seth Betancourt to clear the way for the freshman Hilleman. And about 30 yards down the field, it's Josh Bordner blocking and opening the free path to the end zone. So with that, the end of the first quarter, and it's 10-0 BC, all Boston College here in the first.